So you can join us on Thursday for that one. Meanwhile, welcome to the sport. I'm Gary L. Smith. And the Eastern Regional Football boss, Alhaji A.A. Lawal, passed on yesterday, if you followed our bulletins. Faithfully, it was through a short illness. Now, the football administrator, who had been ill for a couple of weeks now, was chairman of the Eastern Regional Football Association for almost 8 years. GACA chairman Kudjo Fiano has been speaking to us and paying tribute to the man.
May his soul rest in peace. Lawal, I've been a friend and a brother. When I was on the ESCO, if you ask any of the RFAs, they used to refer to me as the chairman of the Full Soldiers. And the Full Soldiers were the RFA chairman. So sad, this thing coming at a time we are trying to reform football, and he happened to be a victim. His contribution at executive committee meetings, his commitment to the game of football, and anytime Lawal got opportunity to speak, you will know that he will come up with something. So he's paid his dues. It's just that the ending wasn't what we have all loved to see him. Lawal had Eastern region at heart. That was why he fought tooth and nail to ensure that all the ramifications that came in the Eastern Regional Football Association, he made sure that he steered the boat to safety. He's paid his dues. All what I can say, if I haven't said it already, that his gentle soul should rest in the bosom of Allah. From here, we need to find out when the burial is going to take place, so that if we can go and pay our last respects to one of the sons of Ghana football who really served.
In other news, the African Cup of Nations, as you know, will start on the 21st of June. That decision was ratified by the Confederation of African Football yesterday, and Ghana, it's very, very likely that Ghana will be there. Now, President of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, Kwabena Yeboah, believes that winning this edition of the Nations Cup will be a tall order for the Black Stars. The veteran football commentator believes that despite the subtle pressure on Kwesi Appiah and his charges to win, there are no signals to suggest that Ghana would actually do so.
We played in the finals. Angola 2010, we played in the final, lost narrowly to Egypt. We played in the finals a few years ago. We lost again on penalties to Cote d'Ivoire. We've been in semi-final 2012. We're in the semi-finals under Plavi. Kwesi Appiah himself, when he took over, we got to the semi-finals. So having got into the semi-final and the finals, I think the only thing people will be expecting will be the trophy itself. And anything short of that will be considered a failure. But is that to suggest that we would definitely go and win the trophy? I do not think so. I think if you want to be very realistic, there are 24 teams going out there, each one of them very desirous of winning the trophy. And when it comes to the Cup of Nations, I mean, it can be so perplexing as uncertain. I don't know whether I'm very, very confident that in 2019 we will definitely, in Egypt, Ghana will definitely win the trophy. I do not think I've gotten strong signals to suggest to me that we are ready to go and win the trophy. As I indicated, football is an uncertain sport. I guess there was only one time that all Ghanaians, all of us believed we were definitely going to win the Africa Cup, which we won, and that was in 1978. And I thought the preparation at that time was extraordinary.
For the first time in history, the African Cup of Nations will not be played in January as we are used to. It will be played in June. However, the Asian Cup, which is played in January, is coming to its end. The semi-finals have been played, and it's been worldwide news because Qatar and the UAE were in action. If you've been following current affairs around the world, you know that these two countries have been involved in what they call the blockade. And so once their football teams met on the field, hosted by the UAE, it was always going to be an interesting affair. Joining us to talk about the Asian Cup and the significance of this game is Aya Alaverdi, who watches Asian football, and he joins us via Skype. Thank you very much for your time, Aya?
Thank you very much, Gary, for having me.
So, Qatar and UAE, they have no love lost between them, but they played their game of football in the semi-final. Tell us why it was so important.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they're both from the same region, Asia. There's always going to be rivalry between two teams. I didn't watch the match. From what I saw on the highlights, it was a feisty affair. 4-0 for Qatar is a big result.
Yeah.
Also, a red card for Emirates that shows how the game was a feisty one. And I think at the end of the day, Qatar came on top. And you have to give them the credit for it.
Yeah. The Asian Cup this year featured 24 teams, and the total prize winning money for grabs was $14.8 million. The winner on the 1st of February is going to get $1 million. Why has the Asian Cup become so big?
Yeah, it's really important as well because the AFC is not generally giving teams that much money for the year. This year, they've really taken to giving the players and the team a lot of money. And it's important because the teams are now investing a lot in their teams. Iran, for example, they spent a lot of money to come over to Qatar first and make a camp that's going to cost a lot of money. A lot of teams do the same thing. So they need to have some kind of a funding externally from prize winning. So I'm hoping that it continues.
Right. So the final on the 1st of February will be between Japan and Qatar, right?
Yes. Japan was a really good team this tournament. I think they started off slow, but I think it's obvious that their team is very ready to do well. And because they've got so many players in Europe, got a really, really strong team in terms of experience and youth.
Right.
Qatar, they have that team where they can fight against like Emirates. They've had a big fight, but it's still up. So I think it'll be a good game.
Fantastic. Aya, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll come to you later after the final for more.
Thank you.
Right. So that's it for the sport. However, the trending news is that Callum Hudson-Odoi of Chelsea is still trending. And the news we've gotten is that he has submitted a transfer request that But today, Mauricio Sarri, the coach of the club, says that they are not going to allow him to go. He says he has confirmation from his higher ups that Callum Hudson-Odoi will stay at Chelsea and maybe will not even be sold in the summer. You can get more on this on the Transfer Countdown Show with myself, George Ado Jr., and the rest of the team on Thursday from 10 p.m. That's the sport for now. I'm Gary Alsmith.